How you guys doing? My name is Sopal, and I figured since I had her apart, I'd go over how to put the tail section back together. What we have here is the tail pulley gear. This here attaches to the tail rotor drive gear, runs through, drives the belt. Alright, got the belt. We got 2 bearings. Got 4 screws, which hold the bearing block to the frame. We have the lower bearing block. We have the tail rotor assembly, slider, the control arm, tail shaft, also 2 bearings which are the same size as the block, and also the lovely tail boom. And then we'll go on to the tail blade grips and hub. Alright, now this little rascal, this is a bit of a pain. More of a pain is the bearing that's inside the frame. There's a bearing. I don't know if I can get it in there. Let's see, good video. And then we're not going to see it. Alright, but it sits usually directly under the aft part, or the back end of your last servos here. It's right underneath. And it's not one of those ones you just like push it in. You actually have to split the case. And it sits in its own little groove. And the way I split the case was, remove my 401 here. Alright, take all your lovely screws out here, screw out here, and that's about it. Yep, took all those screws out, loosened them. Also took out this top screw here. Got to get you a little flat tip. Alright, put my finger in here to kind of wedge a gap a little bit. I stuck my screwdriver in it. Voila, we got the case split open. Now that's split open enough just to get at that bearing. Don't poke and pry the bearing, because I've already bent the bearing case trying to get it back in. But you just kind of like lay in there, scoot it around, and just kind of tap it in. It'll just fall in. When it just falls in, go ahead and remove it, squeeze it back together, and you make sure it's in there. Wish I can get a better shot of what it looks like in there. There you go, you can kind of see it in there. It's about right there. Alright, we'll get that in. Now, this tail drive pulley here has 2 bushings. One bushing at the top. If you notice, this one has kind of a, it's kind of blurry there. Let's see. Has a flat side to it. Alright? Not sure why there's a flat side, but there is. Get that bushing. You put the taller bushing on the top. The reason being is this side here won't stick up past the frame, and you don't want it to. This side you put the shorter bearing on, or the shorter sleeve. Alright? You got the bearing block. There's also a bearing in it. Real small bearing. Push it out here. There we go. Real small bearing. Nothing normal, just pushes right on in. Alright? How they go end in there is just right in the bottom, top. You have to put it in the frame. Alright? Let's show you how I get it done. Put my 401 back on the top there so it doesn't go nowhere. Alrighty. Now, what I do is I put the block on, kind of get it in, facing this way here. See it? Kind of push it in through the other side and kind of scoot it in between the frame, just to the point where you can stand it up. Let me pick it up here and get it right. Sometimes I got a little awl here. I like to use that to do all my work because I got big old hands and fingers. But push that thing around and you get it to stand up within the frame. Now, make sure you don't forget this because it'll become a pain. Go ahead and feed your belt through tail end area. Feed it right on through. Now, I kind of use this belt to pull the tail pulley up. So what you do is you kind of feed the tail pulley so that the belt goes around it. It's probably the hardest thing to do on this little thing. Alright, there we go. Now that I got that, kind of square up your block. Now, you got to hunt and peck for that hole at the top. Once you find the hole, go ahead and push your pulley up into it, and then you mate the bottom of this block up to it, and then line your holes up. So, I've already slid mine up. Slide my bearing block up in there. Now, I kind of use my awl here to line up my holes. Kind of just stick my little awl into little holes, line them up on each side. Then get yourself a nice little Phillips screwdriver. Now these are China-headed screws or pre-washered screws. As you can see, they go onto the bearing block. Now right now I'm just going to tap in 2 of them because I'm not going to completely put this together because after this video I'm going to disassemble again. So I'm going to put in 2 screws opposite of one another. Voila. She's in there. Nice and tight. Alrighty. So now we got our belt on. You can see, turn the gear. Belt's in. Tail pulley's in. Should be a tiny bit up and down play, but that's just because can't always be perfect in making things, especially E-flight. Alrighty. Now we're going to put the tail boom on. What I like to do is, or figured this out, so I'm using my old Blade CP tail cable. I'm sure everybody loved threading this one down. I tie it to the end of my belt. That way I can pull the belt through without losing it. Makes it a whole lot faster. You can use a piece of string, something, anything, or you can feed it down manually if you'd like. Makes no difference. But, see, just go ahead and pull it on through. As easy as that could be. See that? Right on through. Now, when you feed this through, there's a open side and there's a little slotted side. The little slotted side goes on the left side of the helicopter if you're looking from the back. I've already have my tail servo on with the little tail servo holder, so I'm threading that through also. Now just kind of feel around for that groove and you feel it grab. Go ahead and push it all as far in as you can get it, because then we'll adjust for tension later. Alright, now pull the rest of your belt through.